Welcome to Healthy Kangen World. We have received many questions about what is the best water machine in the market. Well, fun fact, Kangen means back to nature in Japanese. Before we started using the Kangen water machine in our clinics, we went through tons of research, searching the depths of the internet until we came to the decision to use the machine. You might notice if you search up Kangen water, some links will pop up from other companies that aren't Kangen, who are trying to sell you their own water machines by misleading you to not buy from Kangen by giving you false information. This video will provide you with all the information you need to know about the Kangen water machine line, why it has no competitors, and debunking the myths. As Mark Twain put it ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble, it's what you know for sure that just ain't so. This basically sums up everything that we're going to be learning in this video. So we are going to be first identifying the 4 categories of competition against Kangen water. So first is non-machine related, and you've got the water pills, the drops, the water bottles, and the filter that most of us really do have in our kitchen. So next we have water filtration systems. You've got the filters you usually find, and this honestly depends on where you live. In most parts of Africa you do have these water filtration systems. So next we have the alkaline filter. It says it for itself. It's a machine that alkalines water. Next we have the water ionizers, and this is where Kangen water belongs to. So we get a lot of people asking us, can you please check this out, because this machine out, because they say that they are cheaper and much better in quality than Kangen water. And so we have people check it out, and it turns out that they have some problems with it. It's not even close to being better than Kangen water. And so we just explain that. So now we're going to be listing the 15 reasons of why Kangen water doesn't have any competitors. So number 1, it has an ISO 13485, which means it's medical grade product. So they use it in hospitals in Japan, and basically it's just certified. So as you can see with this certificate, it shows that it's qualified. It's used to electrifies water, and it's a generator for that, and it's for medical use. So here is the certificate of membership for Enagic, which is the company that makes the Kangen water machines, for the Water Quality Association. So they also have the Gold Seal certification, and Enagic is the only ionizer manufacturer in the world with 4 of these. So we have these 2 certificates endorsed by the Genetic Disease Prevention Association. On the left, you can see the SD501 Enagic ionizer with a solid plate constructed in a well-crafted housing with built-in electrode connections. So on the right, we have X brands, which means our competitors, with their mesh plate with attached electrode. The mesh plate sits between a membrane in the electrolysis chamber. So as you can see, the quality between the 2 are quite different. So next we have the medical grade solid plates, which are 99% purity to avoid metal poisoning. So everything must meet or exceed the medical grade standards, from the plastic and metals to the purity of the platinum, to the manufacturing and assembling, to the testing and quality control, and of course to the finished product. So another thing about Kangen water is that they have a track record of they've started since 1974. When you see other companies, you see that they have been open for a few years, and you can see other companies which have closed, and they've only started a few years ago. All the Kangen water machines come direct from the Japanese manufacturer, so there are no middlemen. So the machine does not overheat within an hour of non-stop ionization, unlike other machines do. It employs a thermal switch in the water cell to shut down the ionization process if the temperature in the cell gets too hot. A machine with this feature has very poorly constructed electrolytes and is prone to overheating. The plate could literally melt without this feature. So here are some examples of our machine on the left and competitor machines on the right after a long time of ionization. The Kangen water machine has the biggest and fastest water flow, generating 5 liters per minute. Flow control value that allows you to fine-tune the performance and gives you true functional control of the water pressure through your ionizer. Necessary for them to produce alkaline water at all. Restricts the physical flow of water so that less water passes over the electrodes at one time. So the Kangen water is also the only ionizer producing up to pH 11.5 and pH 2.5. You should also know what competitors are saying. So they are saying that the Kangen water is a dangerous machine and that the SD501 can produce toxic gases, which in the worst case may explode. Toxic chemicals are required to make strong Kangen water. Enagic's filter contains harmful sulfides. So what is this? Because the competitors apparently made a lab test with our water. And we're just going to sum up exactly what's in our water from the results of the lab test. One of the two main ingredients is sodium chloride. Mr. Gray goes on to explain the extreme hazards of sodium chloride and recommends that viewers investigate the chemical data sheet of this very dangerous substance. So the reality is that sodium chloride is more commonly known as table salt. Most people, I'm pretty sure, use this in their daily lives, seasoning food, for example. So again, the X brands have sent in our enhancer solution, and its results have been that 5% of it is sodium hypochlorite. Mr. Grain then explains the incredible hazard of sodium hypochlorite and again recommends that viewers investigate the chemical data sheet of this volatile substance. The reality is that sodium hypochlorite is more commonly known as chlorine or bleach. This is the chlorine that is used in municipal tap water, which is regulated by the EPA. So, of course, we would understand that this may be a bit daunting knowing that there's bleach inside the enhancer solution. But the thing is that we use bleach nearly everywhere. We use it in our drinking water, which is routinely added to our drinking water beginning about 100 years ago to protect people from waterborne diseases. Food productions and preparation, it is added to water in amounts that are known to destroy germs that are associated with raw foods. And medical and /hospital uses. Solutions are used to disinfect many types of surfaces in hospitals, medical labs, doctors' offices, and nursing homes to prevent the spread of infection among patients, residents, and workers. So you can see that we use bleach in our daily lives, but of course we only use a drop, and it's only 5%, so it's much less than they use in drinking water. See, the thing is, do people actually drink from the strong acidic Kangen water from the machine? No, we just use it as a disinfectant. So after using the setting 2.5 and 11.5, what does it say when you press other buttons? Cleaning. For around 20 to 30 seconds. And the quantity of sodium hypochlorite in one bottle of enhancer is actually 0.004%. So the Kangen water is known as the only ionizer with an e-cleaning system. Now, the reason why the Kangen water machine lives for so long and works really well is because we have a patented system that allows you to clean the machine properly by yourself without needing it to send it in. Now, the other machines that don't have the system in place will soon destroy itself. Because if we're using titanium or platinum plates in our system, water likes that. It attracts to it and it decides to stick to it. Especially if they're living in a hard water area and with lots of limescale. Here are a few examples of what happens to other machines after a very short period of time because they don't have the right plates. Now, often when we hear someone wanting to invest in one of these ionizers, we hear them say, do you mind taking a look at this? Because they say that it doesn't last a long period. Because they get confused, right? Because they hear it because of another company. They get confused because they think it's the same. Now take a look at these 3 cups. They have tap water, acidic water, and alkaline water. Well, they all look relatively the same color. And this is because the machine stopped ionizing after 1 year, which is quite small compared to our Kangen water machine. So Kangen water is not affected by hard water. Hard water is basically water that contains a lot of minerals. So we use up to 230 watts. Now, other companies will say that they use less, and they want to say this so that they can compensate their titanium plates. Because they use raw materials, and if too much power goes through them, then it will destroy their materials. It will destroy everything. So if you take a look at this chart, you see that the Kangen water machine costs X amount. Then they sell it at a certain price because they have to. Kangen water and Magic needs to make money, a profit. And then, as you can see, like what people don't really think about when buying it is the value it has, which is much greater than the cost and the price of the profit. So it also has a long machine lifespan of 15 to 25 years. People ask, well, this brand, X brand, has a lifetime guarantee. How exactly does it go for longer if it's only been for 2 to 3 years? Well, you can trust Kangen because we've proven that ours lasts longer because Magic has been going on for over 40 years, right? Another thing is, the final thing is that it has a 5 years warranty. It covers parts and labor, which means if anything goes wrong with your machine, it doesn't work, just package it, pack everything in, put it in the box and post it to Kangen or contact the person who sold it to you, or contact Kangen, and they will recover any parts that needs to be fixed and send it back, or if they can't recover anything, then they'll just give you a new one. I would like to add something as we have come to the end of our video, and it's that the Kangen water has been endorsed by the American Anti-Cancer Institute as being the only ionizer that helps with it. So here is a brief summary of the 15 reasons why Kangen has nothing to compare to, and we hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you, and you should contact us if you are interested.